guys, Preacher 357 here, out here on the range again. Got another gun, the Shield Plus. Now obviously this was a reaction to the Sig Sauer P365, that double stack or stack and a half staggered stack magazine that they came out with, that allowed them to have a micro compact size gun that still had 10 or 12 rounds in it. Smith & Wesson then obviously had to do the same thing, and they came out with the Shield Plus that has a 10 round and a 13 round magazine with it, in a platform that is essentially the same size as the original Shield, though it is slightly, and I mean slightly, wider in the grip. If you see a Shield Plus next to a Shield in the store, you'll see there's not much difference. I have to really look close and make sure I know which one I'm looking at when I look at them, because they look so similar. But this is a little fatter in the grip, which is great for me because I did not like the original Shield. The original Shield to me was a little too thin, and it wanted to move back and forth in my hand. I had to really concentrate to keep a good grip and keep it steady when I was shooting it. And I don't feel that way with this gun quite so much. It really feels like it sits in your hand well. Plus, the trigger, I will say, on this gun is a vast improvement over the first generation Shield, and even over the Shield 2.0, I believe. This is a really, really good trigger. I mean, an excellent, excellent trigger. This is a gun that's not mine. I borrowed it from my cousin, who is here with me out here on the range today. And he had bought this not too long ago to be a carry gun. And so I thought I would get it out here and compare it to my Sig P365, which is one of my carry guns, and the one that I've kind of went to. And I've been really unsure of whether I was even interested in the Shield or not, considering I wasn't all that interested in the original one. But after getting this one out here, I've been quite impressed. This is an excellent trigger, and you'll see it has the same type of trigger as that 10 millimeter M&P that I had. But this was pretty much the first shots we did with this gun today when my cousin brought it over, and there was no grittiness in this trigger. So unlike the 10 millimeter, this trigger was just perfect out of the box pretty much. So that's a good thing to know. I was kind of upset with that 10 millimeter that it was not as good a trigger as it should have been right out of the box, that Smith & Wesson really should have done something to make that trigger better, but it did clean itself up. It did become more smooth as we shot it more, and by the time that I was done shooting it and all of my testing with it was done, that trigger was pretty good. So I'm not going to be too upset about it, but this is a much better trigger to me than that 10 millimeter. So why don't we do a little bit of shooting with it, do a little bit of comparison. This is the model that's optics ready. It's got the plate here that you can take off to put a red dot on. It does have the safety on it, something I don't care anything about, but the safeties on the Shields are so small and so positive that it doesn't matter if it's there or not. If you're not going to use it, you're not going to accidentally engage it. You're not going to accidentally do anything with this one. It's so small. So, I mean, it really takes a concerted and intentional effort to do anything with that safety there. So, it's not a big deal to me. Well, let's go ahead and do a little bit of shooting. I've been shooting it already out here on the range and have been really, really impressed with it. Much like the 45 Shield. My cousin, he has the 45 Shield as well, and I shot it much better than the 9 because the 45 Shield was just a little bit thicker, just a little bit bigger, and that was just enough to make it more shootable to me. Hey guys, if you would, check in the description of the video. There'll be a discounted link there for a membership to the GOA. I'd appreciate if you would support them. They're doing a lot of good work for us for our gun rights, and they need all the help they can get from all of us. Also, if you're a resident of Tennessee, I'd ask you to join the Tennessee Firearms Association, the TFA, and I'll have a link for that as well, so you can join the TFA and help support our gun rights here in the state of Tennessee as well. Appreciate it. So let's put a few rounds down range here. We have the 2 magazines here. I've got the 10 round and the 12 round loaded up. I've got some 115 grain. I believe this is actually Blazer. It's just in a white box, but I believe it's actually Blazer. But we'll shoot the flush fit magazine first and see if I can actually hit something with it, because I was shooting it fairly well earlier And now that I've said that, and now that I'm out here on camera, I'm going to not be able to hit anything, because that's the way it always works. You know, if I shoot beforehand, I shoot well. As soon as I turn the camera on, I can't shoot. If I'm shooting in front of the camera and I don't shoot well, and then I turn the camera off, I hit everything I shoot at. So that's just the way it goes. I get nervous. That performance anxiety, you know, being put on the spot here, because I know I'm going to get comments. You know, you got to answer those comments. I got to look like I know what I'm doing out here. So let's start out here. There's a hit. Yeah. Nope. Nope. There we go. I think I nicked him. I saw it shake a little bit, so I'm gonna call that a hit. I'm gonna call that a hit and not try again. Not press my luck. That's not bad. I'm gonna tell you what, this trigger is nice. This trigger is nice. To be such a small gun, this thing shoots well. I think it was the Honest Outlaw that was talking about that. Of all the small guns with these higher capacity magazines they've come out with now, that he said the Shield was the best shooting of all of them. I believe he's right. Of the ones I've tried, it's easily the best trigger, we'll put it that way. Now, the SIG P365, I shot them back to back, and the Shield has a better trigger. It feels a little better in the hand. But I'll be if I can't shoot that 365 really well as well. I don't know why. I don't know why I can shoot that SIG P365 so well when I don't particularly like it. I don't want to like that gun, but it just seems to hit what I shoot at for the most part for its size. Now, obviously, it's not as good as a full-size 1911 or a 6-inch revolver in single action or anything like that. I'm not trying to say you're going to win silhouette competitions with it or anything, but for what it is, it shoots really well. But let's go ahead and shoot a little bit more here and see if we can do any better, maybe. Apparently hit that. You've got to be kidding me. I just missed that cowboy twice. It just feels so good in the hands, you can't control yourself. You just got to keep pulling that trigger and keep pulling that trigger. But that feels really good. And here it is compared to the 365. If you could see that there, it is a bigger gun than the 365. There's no doubt about that. If you can look at them here, side by side, it's longer slide. It's a longer grip. But it's actually thinner in the grip, believe it or not. It is thinner in the grip still. And that's the thing about the Shields. They were always really thin, and this one is still really, really thin. That's the only area where I think the Shield is smaller than the 365. It's right there in the grip. Now, I do have the Talon grips on there, which add a little bit, but still it looks like it's a little bit thinner in the grip than the 365. But let's shoot the 365 here, just as a matter of comparison, and see how it feels. See if I do similarly with this one, or if I shoot it worse. That's gonna give me trouble, isn't it? Alright, I'm gonna give up on the little plates, but other than that, it shot pretty well. Shot really well, but it feels smaller in the hand. When I compare these two guns together, this definitely feels like a smaller gun, but it still feels pretty good. Still shoots pretty good, even though it doesn't have as good a trigger. So I can't fault the SIG P365. So I guess the real question is the extra size on the Shield Plus worth what extra shootability you might get, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Or is the smaller size of the 365 for carry better, in your opinion? That's really what you've got to decide if you're comparing the two. This is a little bit bigger. It's going to be a little bit bigger on the waist. It's a little heavier. I can sense that, though neither one of them are heavy, but this one's light. You can barely even tell you got it on your waist. So, Which is better for you? Well, I would go with this one, I think, still, because of the carry factor. It's smaller, and I think I shoot it about as good as I do the Shield, but the Shield feels better. It does feel better in my hand, and it feels like I can shoot it really well, even though it's a small gun. But I like it. I really do like it. I've been really impressed. I've been surprised, even. That's the wrong magazine. I don't have anything loaded up, do I? I guess I need to load up some magazines in order to shoot the Shield again. So let me get these loaded up here. I'm going to do a little bit more shooting here before I just conclude what I think about it. But I'm going to be honest, I've shot several mags through this now, before the video, and not had a single failure with it, not had a single problem with it. And as I said, this is pretty much first shots. My cousin had not shot this gun since he got it. So right out of the box, it has been 100% reliable. And we probably put 100 rounds or so through it so far and haven't had a single issue. So that's important. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of shooting here. I'm going to start out and see if I can hit this plate out here at 80 yards. That might be stretching it a bit, I know. I'll waste a lot of ammo and a lot of time doing this. But as I've said, the fact that it's out there means I have to shoot at it. It's taunting me. It laughs at me. And I have to make it shut up, so we'll see if I can hit anything here. No. I'm trying to see where I'm going. Trying to walk her in, but having a hard time figuring it out. There we go. I got it. Took a little while, but I was walking it around where I could tell it was hitting. And if it's accurate enough that you can kind of move your aim around till you find it, that's saying something about a gun. To be so small and still be accurate enough that you can walk it into a target, that's pretty good. So I'm not going to fault it. And I just sit here and miss all that after that. Oh, me. Getting distracted. What am I doing? Shooting too fast, I guess, but oh, that's what I do. I waste ammo because that's the thing to do. Ammo is expensive and it costs a lot of money, but it's worth it if I can just sling a lot of lead all over the place and not hit anything. Because that's the fun of it. Just hearing that bang, just hearing that noise. My dogs don't like it very much. My wife don't like it very much. I don't think my neighbors probably like it very much. But I sure do enjoy it. Alright, we're going to put another couple mags through it. And I think that'll about do it. I don't think I need to go too long on this gun here. I've made the comparison, and I think you can see it's a pretty good shooting gun. That if I can shoot pretty good with it, it must be pretty good. So, all right, let's see if I can hit this cowboy actually. Where's it going? Huh. Just gonna cut that out of the video, I think. That's I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me try this again. Is that low? I think it was. That's definitely high. I finally saw where that was going. I'm not seeing this. Huh. I have been hitting that target every time, no problem, until now, and I don't know. Can you tell where those are going?
Looked like they were going left.
Are they going left? That's well, you know what? I just changed ammo too. Changed to this Perfecta, so maybe that's giving me a different point of impact. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not guaranteeing how good this Perfecta ammo is. It's the cheapest stuff I could find back in the day from Walmart. But it was made by Fiocchi, I believe. And I never had any real issue with the ammo. Of course, at this point, it's probably 5 or 6 years old, but that shouldn't make any difference. One more. See if I can figure that out there at 35 yards. Not sure why I'm suddenly having trouble hitting that when I never have had trouble before. There it is. No. Huh. So yeah, I'm holding over to the right now. And it's hitting. So apparently this ammo is hitting. Apparently this ammo is hitting to the right, to the left. And I'm having to hold to the right a little bit. And I don't think it's my trigger pull, I really don't. Because I wasn't having that issue earlier. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Some guns don't like some ammo and don't shoot it as accurately. It just spins a little different than a different projectile, and you just have to compensate for it sometimes. Did that hit where I thought it hit? Yeah, holding to the right seems to help, so. Anyway, there it is. The Shield Plus 9mm. The new trigger on it. Holds 10 and 13 in the mags. I'd say it's a good addition to the Smith & Wesson lineup. I like it. I don't think I'm going to buy one to replace my SIG P365, at least not at this point, but I think it's a good offering. And I've had 0 malfunctions. Haven't had any problems with anything, so there you go. I think it's a good product. Appreciate y'all coming out. God bless you. Y'all take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.